Everybody is talking about VRF and VRVs, right? This has become a more popular HVAC system because of the space requirement of the system, and obviously the part load condition where it becomes very effective. Let us look at what is VRV. It's a system which we have got multiple indoor units. Different type of units can be connected to one system, one outdoor system. Generally we have one to one, and that's where this system got more and more momentum. Yeah, this involves a lot of refrigerant piping work, mostly refrigerant piping work of copper material, and that's one of the important aspect when it comes to VRF. Lots of piping, the refrigerant moves from that piping, the leakages can become very severe, and you also need to have proper resources to do this refrigerant piping properly. It is not the soft piping, it is mostly the hard piping. So how it works, as I said, you have one outdoor unit connected to multiple indoor units, and the indoor units can be same, the indoor units can be different, it can be vertical high wall, it can be cassette, it can be one-way cassette. You can combine this, and that's why it is getting more and more popular. You can see over here, and this is a smart system connected with electronic expansion valve, which works on the load requirement of that space. So it automatically gives signal back, to, if there is no load in the room, it automatically operates. So there are wireless controllers, there are thermostats. Every system works in sync. Yeah, and when we have multiple units, multiple floors, we can connect them to a central controller and to your BMS, so that we can get a real-time data of what is happening. So this is one of the best system which has been invented. But when the application is right, you need to recommend VRF. It is not that VRF is solution for all the requirements. You need to see whether the load pattern is variable. If it is constant, VRF will not be able to give you that kind of efficiency, and it is not the right system to recommend. So if you have multiple cabins where you have variable load, I think this is the place, this is the system which you can recommend. It is similar to what we do for air cooled chillers. The outdoor units are outside, it needs a lot of air for the circulation. It can be mounted on a prefixed or a prefabricated support, so you can do the installation very fast. You can see the installations can be done very fast because a lot of things are prefabricated outside. You can see over here, there are various types of prefabric. You can see over here, but this is not the way to install the machines. If you put something on top of these machines where the air circulation becomes issue, your system will not work, your system will get derated, you will consume more and more energy. So whole aspect of getting VRF as a the for the reduced energy consumption will not happen. These are some of the pipings. This is some of the guidelines, and these guidelines have to be taken from the OEMs and not from these are general guidelines. How we can install the multiple units, what should be the distance from behind the walls, from the side walls, between the units, is what is given over here. You can see all the possible locations issues are identified here, but it is very important to get the manufacturer's recommendation for this. When you install the units near to sea, and the sea breeze becomes an issue, then you cannot install the unit like this. You can see over here the top picture, the installation has to be either this or has to be this. So make sure there are no obstacle for airflow when we talk about VRF, and that is for the outdoor units. The surrounding area needs to be clean, and we need to follow the manufacturer guidelines for doing the VRF installations. This is how the base of the unit can be installed. This is not the way to install. If you have vibration isolator, this is the way to install. You can see over here. Always use the nitrogen for flushing while brazing the copper pipes, right? And that is very important when it comes to VRF. Some of the refrigerant piping over here. So it is very important to understand the place of outdoor installation. There has to be sufficient air circulation. There has to be proper maintenance space, right? and try to use more and more modular prefab sections to install your equipment. You must also know the limitation of copper piping in terms of length, in terms of vertical height, right? Covering of copper piping, because mostly they're insulated, is very, very important, because otherwise it actually has an impact of UV. Also, there are impacts because of physical damage that we need to look at. Indoor unit also needs to be installed with proper maintenance space. Vibration isolator needs to be used. Proper drain piping needs to be done. And most importantly in VRF is this communication cabling, the control cabling. If this goes wrong, your system gets into problem and you will face a lot of problems. I have faced in my experience many problems. The control cabling needs to be proper, the continuity needs to be checked properly. Otherwise, if you have communication error, then your systems will not work. So these are some of the aspects for VRF. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like such videos, please let me know which are the topics. Please give your comments and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.